Well, I am Boyce Watkins, and this is Alicia Watkins.
McLaughlin, but gonna be Watkins.
Alicia Watkins, and we're at the courthouse, and we are about to get our marriage license and sign the paper and pay our. How much is it?
It's $91.
Pay that damn $91 and make it real. That's America. It only takes $91 to be official.
And a photo ID.
Oh.
And that's it.
Yeah, that makes it political now.
Oh, really?
It's like voter ID conversations all over the place.
Well, my parents, I think my mom said when my parents got married, I think she had to take a blood test.
What?
Yeah, she said she had to take a blood test.
What were they testing for?
I don't know what they tested for back then. Maybe it was like, I don't know. Maybe it's to prove that you're not related to the person. That you're with,
yeah.
Or
I'm
if
sure
you
that
have
was a problem in Kentucky.
Well, or if you have like a blood deficiency. Do you know there's two people when they get together based on their blood type, they have a baby. It's like all messed up.
Oh, really? Oh,
apparently,
well,
I don't know.
So again, Kentucky.
But anyway, my parents didn't get married until Kentucky.
I know, I'm not.
My parents eloped.
And it ain't all Kentucky. I don't think our people do this stuff.
Where's your mom get married? Where's your parents?
My parents got married in Kentucky.
In Kentucky?
Yeah, they were proven to be unrelated. But they got married in October 1974, and they've been married for 46 years, going on 47.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm very proud of them.
Yeah, so I don't know if people know, I've known Boyce almost 30 years.
Yep.
28 years now?
Yeah, I met you in the fall of 1993, and that's when we became friends.
What a story!
I saw you across a crowded room, and you were the prettiest woman I'd ever seen in my life.
And you know, you have been my favorite friend. I can't call him my best friend because we didn't really talk that much over the years, but he's always been my favorite friend. Like, if someone said, who's your best friend? I would name that person, and then I would say, no, but I have a favorite friend where every time we get together, it is so much fun, and we kick it, and we have a good time. And now, since we started dating, it's like we have a good time all the time.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was interesting because I didn't, when I first met Alicia, I put myself in the friend zone voluntarily because I wasn't really interested in the disappointment. And then, I met her. I met at least one of your boyfriends who became your husband.
He's met several of my boyfriends, and he's met my first husband.
Yeah, I did, and he's a very nice guy. We raised the kids together. He's a wonderful co-parent, and yeah. So I think that it was, like the wise decision we made to be open to us dating when I finally brought it up, because I didn't tell her. That's why she, you gotta ask, right? And so I thought she was gonna say, oh well, I think you're such a great friend. I don't want, that same thing that guys don't understand when women say that. Because to me, if you're a great friend, why not be in a relationship? Then you have your best friend around you all the time. And but you were open to it, and we tried it, and we liked it, and here we are. So I'm honored. I'm very honored to be here with you. I'm very, almost exactly 21 years ago today was that time we were in the mirror, get together, like when you came to visit me in Ohio.
Oh, we should send you that footage.
Yeah,
we need to send you that footage.
We got a whole day of video from the year 2000 when she came to visit me when I was in college. Well, in grad school. Yeah.
I was in grad school. He was in grad school.
Yep.
And I had a girlfriend down at Ohio State. And I said, she's my best friend because I've known her since the first grade. We've been best friends since the first grade, Melanie. And she was at Ohio State where Boyce was there. So I'm like, I got two good friends. My best friends at Ohio State and my favorite friends at Ohio State. We're traveling, so I went to go visit him. And see, I never in a million years that I ever thought Boyce would be interested in me. Because first of all, I do not look or act like any of the other women that he's ever dated.
She's met almost all my girlfriends that I had over that time.
Not at all. Like, they don't look like me at all. They don't act like me. They don't do the things that I do. So I never thought I was Boyce's type.
Well, every single time I would date some girl, I'd be dating some ugly girl, and Alicia would be like, "Oh my God, boy, she's gonna get married. She's getting married." I'm like, "Why? Like, I don't want to marry every girlfriend that you meet." But every girlfriend, she would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Boyce, this is the one for you.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's not.
Yeah, I would get excited. I'm like, okay, so who you dating now? Because he always had a girlfriend. I'm like, who you dating? Well, you didn't always.
Well,
have
I mean, you know, I wasn't necessarily interested in the marriage thing at that time, but I believe in like, you know, monogamy. I believe in meaningful, like, one-on-one relationships, as opposed to like, I wasn't trying to be a player. I wasn't trying to have like 50 girlfriends.
Yeah, but I just always felt like Boyce, with a lot of women, I felt like Boyce was misunderstood. And I was always like, Boyce, I really want you to be with a woman who gets you and understands you and accepts you, because Boyce is not a normal person. He's extraordinary, honestly.
Do you get me?
I think I get. Do I get Boyce? Probably I get about 80% of Boyce. There's 20% of him that I don't get.
It's that last 20% that matters, girl.
Yeah, so about 80% of you I get, but I think that
80-20,
like,
okay.
But I'm curious about him. I'm curious about getting to know you better. Well, I know you about as much as I can know you for 30 years. But like I always wanted him to marry a woman who really understood him and supported him. And that's what I've been rooting for Boyce. And I never, like when we met in that cafeteria, but one of our first conversations was him. He's like, oh, I got a girlfriend. And I was like, oh, good for you. So I never thought he was interested in me. And so I was like really happy for you. You got a girlfriend. And then it didn't work out. Something bizarre happened. But it didn't work out. But still.
That was the crazy girl.
Well,
she was a
we
stalker.
won't talk about.
She was very scary.
And you know what? A stalker. That's a thing with you.
No, it's not.
You tend
You
to have
better quit. You better quit.
Some stalker
Don't get me
girlfriends.
talking about your life. Anyway, so we I'll just say this. You know, I'm really honored to be here, and there's no other scenario. I was engaged once, but outside of that, I'm marrying Alicia because she's Alicia, not because I wanted to get married to, you know, just to anybody. If I wasn't marrying her, I wouldn't be getting married. And one of the things that I appreciate the most about Alicia is, besides the fact that, I mean, she's the most gorgeous woman I've ever seen, is also she's a very hard worker and a very excellent mother. And very intelligent, you know, like she's very accomplished, you know, in her profession. And also I learned from her. I learned a lot about things like relationship therapy and counseling, and how to, you know, just different tools you can have to kind of manage things. It's very nice to be in a relationship with a therapist, and also we have fun. You know, we have some of the same favorite restaurants and, you know, things like that, and we work together with the kids, and it's just happy, like she's the core of the family, you know,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, you're a good. Boyce is a good teammate. And one thing that's refreshing about him, like I was worried. I was like, oh, he's my favorite friend, but is he really my favorite person? But you really are. He's like, you're my favorite person because he's gentle, he's kind. He's never ever really intentionally mean to me. Like you're not mean-spirited, and I love that about you because that's what I need. I need that, and I just am really like thrilled that you want to marry me.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And also I'd like to give a quick shout out to your father, who rest his soul.
He's passed on. My dad has passed on.
Yes, Francis Taylor, Dr. Francis Taylor. I never met her father. We knew each other through, you know, that I guess through transit, in a transitory way, like through transition. I knew you, he knew you. We both, you know, so he knew of me, and we would talk.
We talk. My dad and I talk about you all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so shout out to him because, you know, it's not a coincidence that he and I are in the same profession. You know, and you and my mother are in the same profession. You're both social workers, and it speaks to this idea that we're attracted to people who, you know, remind us of our parents growing up. You know, like you took that picture with Mama, and you look more like her than your own mother. Even your own mother said that. You know, and me and your father are both in the same field, so I think it's kind of, and it means something, right? Because, you know, when we were younger, part of the reason that I honestly didn't even feel like trying to pursue the relationship thing was because I saw the kinds of guys that were interested in you. She had NBA players and these really tall guys. You know, I'm 5'8". I ain't never gonna get no taller. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good I could call her. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't see myself as a scrub. I never did. But a lot of women go, like, they chase the flashy stuff. Like, they want to be with the guy that had the money. I didn't have any money. They want the guy that's tall. I wasn't very tall. So I think that was interesting but you were like, no, I want the guy who's smart. I want the guy who's intellectually tall. And that works in my advantage. It's like, okay, now I can compete with that dumbass who plays in the NBA because I am pretty tall intellectually. Like I have a lot of education. So it's like the fact that you're attracted to a man like me, I think you get that from your parents because your education was so important in your family. And I just love that, because it's hard for nice guys to compete with girls that are attracted to like fucking Lil Wayne and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you have nice dudes who are like, okay, I need to be more of a thug so that this girl will like me. Why you want to date a thug anyway? So shout out to your daddy for teaching you that it makes no sense for girls who want to date a thug. I'm off my soapbox now.
Calm down.
I need a woosa. Okay.
Calm
you
down,
have anything else
Boyce.
to say? Make your last comment because this brother's he's holding
He's
his
getting
mic.
tired. Okay.
He's a trooper. I
Okay.
appreciate you.
My last comment is let's go get our marriage license. That's my last comment.
All right,
Okay.
all right. So we just got our marriage license.
Look at that, and our name is spelled
Beautiful.
correctly.
Yes.
That is gorgeous.
Yes, I like it. I like it very much. And yeah, so
It's a big, thick piece of paper too, boys.
I know. I got to keep up with it. You want to keep up?
Like the leader of the household.
Such hypocrisy.
So that makes
Such
sense.
hypocrisy.